What the fuck?
What? I don't have speakers, and my headset is plugged into my microphone, not my computer. So I can hear myself. Bum, 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 bum.
Can you guys talk for like...
Oh, hey.
Do it!
Ooh.
Meow! Bum, bum,
We're
bum,
here,
bum, ba-dum,
we're
ba-dum, bum,
talking,
bum, bum,
and
bum,
there's
bum,
words.
ba-dum, ba-dum.
Because we're testing. Who.
Alright, can you guys shut up? And Ben, can you talk, please?
Hey, what's up? Is there an echo? Hey.
You're good. Okay, I think we're all good.
Whoa.
Good job, everybody. We all did good.
Yay! Go us.
All right, and we are going to start. 3, 2, 1. We're talking, and now. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cape Complainers. Joining me, as always, are some complainers. I have Devin, I have Tim, and for the first time in what seems like forever, we have Mr. Benjamin. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. So, Ben, uh,
The heck was that?
I've been meaning to ask you. What the hell have you been doing? How come you're deciding to grace us with your presence now?
I don't know. I've been, I got kids now. Probably since
I
the
have
last
kids.
time.
That's not an excuse.
Yeah, I probably had kids since the last time I was on the show.
Devin,
I don't
you
know.
have a kid.
That's fine.
2 kids. I got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And, yeah, been just chasing them around. I started a new YouTube channel doing, like, wildlife videography, and that takes up a lot of my time, so... And video games.
And he has a lot of followers on that YouTube. Why don't you go ahead and share the name of it?
Oh, okay. Naturally Neat Nature. You guys should check it out.
So everybody should
only if you
unfollow
like
if you're following that currently.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're just standing outside and filming squirrels as they run around your yard, or what kind
I
of wild?
literally did that today. I'm not even kidding. I literally filmed a squirrel today outside my yard.
Perfect.
Do you do any like commentary over it? Like, here we have the majestic garden squirrel.
So not a lot, but I recently had a video do really well with my daughter in the background, like talking about
Probably
some deer.
because
She
there are
called them
perverts
reindeer.
out there.
Dad,
Actually,
leave the fucking squirrels alone.
So usually it's 15% women are watching my videos, but the video with my daughter commenting, it went up to like 35% women. So per old women.
Pervert.
I thought you were going to say it jumped up to 35-year-old men. I was like, ooh, you should close that channel
got
down.
real awkward.
So, ladies, if you're looking for a good time, head over to Ben's YouTube. So today's episode is our special. It's Christmas Eve. We all got our hollies jollied. I have a little fireplace in the background right now. Joy is in the air here at the Cape Complainers, and I would love nothing more for Christmas than to know what's on Devin's mind today.
Well, you're in luck.
Yeah, it would make my Christmas just A-okay.
Okay, so it's kind of a complaint and it's kind of like a thought, right?
They usually are. Go on.
So you're familiar with Secret Santa, I assume.
No, what's that?
Yes.
So if you're unfamiliar with Secret Santa because you live in a cave, it's when like you have a big group of people, you put names in a hat, they draw names, and they buy a gift for someone whose name they drew, right? So everybody gets somebody, right? How do you feel about Secret Santa? Because I've got strong feelings about why I don't like Secret Santa. But it also is very dependent on who you're doing it with.
I don't have enough friends to do Secret Santa. I've never been a part and have never been invited to do one. So.
But you've never had one with like a work or anything like that?
No.
We had one back in college, didn't we? I could have sworn we did.
Yeah, but I wasn't invited.
No one drew my name.
Someone drew it, but then they set it on fire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've done Secret Santa quite a few times. I mean, I don't really get what your beef is. I mean,
Okay,
usually
here's
you
my
have like
beef.
you have a set amount of money to spend on a gift. You just get that gift for whoever it is you draw, and just deal with it. What are they going to
Okay,
do? Be mad at a gift?
but here's my beef. Here's my beef. It's not about like that. But some people don't like to set limits. They don't like to be like, oh, we're going to spend this much money. Um, and so like what you end up happening is like you give all these great gifts, and then there's like one or two people that are like, I bought you a soda. I spent $250 on you, and this is your Secret Santa gift.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then when like you call them out for it, you're like, that's not okay. They're like, well, I regifted this other thing that I got. But like, is that the same? Regifting something to equal the limit when you should have just like when it was no financial change to you? Does that make
Now,
sense?
now I have back in high school, I didn't have any money for the Secret Santa, so I had like a bunch of daggers, and I literally just took a dagger and put it in a bag and like, there you go.
Greg used to
So
work for the mafia somehow.
yeah, I
Were they like prop daggers or were they
no,
like
they're
foam toys?
real daggers.
He's killed a couple.
Okay.
of them.
But like that's still cool. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well,
oh,
yeah,
I didn't
that's what
spend
I
any
mean,
money on this, but the value of this is pretty big.
Yeah, regifting can work, I guess, is the moral of my pitch. But it's just, I mean, yeah, getting a soda is shitty. I mean, okay, so give some backstory. Did you go to a party
Well,
where you
can
had
I
to do
can
that?
I
I'm gonna
toss
be
something
honest.
in really fast? I think
Sure.
that
Sure.
this sounds like a really fun idea, and I would love to be a part of one day. But to improve on the idea, maybe everyone comes with a list of 5 things, or like there's a Google Doc where you all list 5 things that you really think are like about you, so the other person, in case they don't know you that well, can read, oh, Devin likes Marvel Comics. Devin likes Spider-Man. Devin likes to hide all of his crap on one side of the room so his camera shows a clean room, even though it's still dirty. Devin
What?
likes his son. And the last one, Devin sometimes likes his wife.
Don't get him soda.
Yeah,
All right,
don't
so
get him a
basically,
soda.
like,
Yeah.
so basically, you're saying every party you go to, you need to have a resume.
Oh,
your,
yes. Oh, my God. You have to apply to be a part of the Secret Santa. So here are my references from last year's Secret Santas.
Yeah.
Feel free to call
Here's my
all of them.
resume of all the
these
things
are
I like.
These are the
Everything that
gifts
I've
I've
given.
received. Yeah, these are the gifts I've received and given.
Yes.
My
That would
max,
make things so much
the
better.
max amount I've ever spent. How much I'm willing to spend.
My
Yeah, so-
salary. This is my credit score, my credit limit.
Yeah, that would make it so much better.
Here's a couple of headshots in case you want to know.
Yeah.
Now,
So
Didn't The
All right.
Office do an episode about Secret Santa where everybody had like a $20 cap except Michael Scott got somebody an iPod or something?
Yeah, he got it for
He got
Ryan.
mad.
And then he
So,
got
yeah.
mad because he got like a mitten from
Phyllis.
Phyllis, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, back to my question, Devin. So, did you go to a party recently that sparked this outrage, or
no, okay, yes and no, yes and no. So my one of my classes wanted to do a Secret Santa. I said I'm not going to be part of it, but you guys can set it up, and that's fine. And when they like chose names and chose the day, I said, okay, what's the limit? And they said there is no limit. I said, okay, we're just going to be reasonable. And so on the day of, like, everything's solid so far. They're giving out like groups of snacks and drinks and actual cool things. And then this one kid opens his, and it's literally just a Sprite. And he's like, "That's all you put on your list?" And because they were supposed to fill out lists, and they're like, "No, I saw that list. He put it multiple things, and you got him a single Sprite, not even a pack, a single small bottle of Sprite."
List, because
I don't know.
Like, if he's asking for like a PS5,
No, it was like
This was your
anything like
classroom?
that.
this was my
Yeah,
classroom.
Okay, what
Like
if the kid
someone-
is too poor to get more than a single Sprite, Devin? So now you're gonna
He's not.
shame this
I know
kid for
he's
being
not.
broke?
I know he's not.
Wow.
But no, like the kid who got the Sprite, he went out and drove like 2 hours to like Arlington to get a statue of some anime thing for someone else, and I was like, see, he put in the effort, and then the kid that gave the Sprite got a whole freaking gift basket of stuff and was like, I only spent like $2 on mine. And he has like 6 things he's opening. And one of them was a gift card, a $20 gift card. And at the end of it, I told him, I was like, you got to make this right. That's not right to just be like, oh, this is all he gets. So like, no, I gave him the $20 gift card to Walmart. But like, that did, in my opinion, that did not put him, that didn't put him out anything. He spent $2 and then took someone else's gift and gave it away. Like, immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store, Devin. Perhaps Christmas is a little bit more.
You know what else? I remember the thing I was going to tell you.
Okay, what else?
Feliz Navidad. That song is so dumb.
Your rant. It was mildly racist, but go on.
It's not about the race. It's just so dumb. Because you could have made that song into something great. Still being about Feliz Navidad and like all the traditions that go with the culture. But they didn't. They say like 5 words the whole song, and they repeat them like 6 times.
That's just Christmas songs, Devin. They're repetitive and annoying.
Not like this one.
They start playing in November, sometimes September, and then you just got to deal with it for the whole rest of the year.
I like how
but
you
not
said
like this one.
October. You're like November,
Yeah,
sometimes September, even in June, sometimes
Yeah.
February.
And here's a counterpoint, Devin. Have you ever written a Christmas song?
You know what?
This
No.
song is
We have
still
enough.
around. This song is still around with its 5 lines of lyrics.
And it doesn't
And guess
deserve
what?
to be.
Guess what? People like it.
And you know what? It doesn't deserve to be around, let alone be covered by different people in different genres because it's this. There's no point.
Well,
I stand by it.
You know what, Devin?
Sounds
Stupid.
a little bit
It's just
different,
as stupid as Michael Bublé Christmas.
You don't bring the boobs into this.
He's a whole other rant that you don't want to get
He's
into
done-
right now.
He's done nothing wrong. He has done nothing but right.
He is a talentless hack. He doesn't write shit. All he does is cover other people's songs. That's all he does.
Thanks for joining us for the Cape Complainers. All right. Well, all right. We'll let you have your thoughts and all that
Thank
since
you.
it's Christmas.
I have big feelings.
All right. Well,
And an even bigger.
today's special Christmas episode is Violent Night. It came out last year, I believe. It's a Santa violent little fight movie. It's pretty interesting. So let's start off with some first thoughts of the film. Going into it, I wasn't really expecting much, but I really think David Harbour. I probably say his last name wrong. David Harbour. Harbinger.
Harbour.
Yeah, David Harbour. He was actually a very, very good Santa. Like, for the premise of this movie, he actually did a very good job. Like, I felt for Santa. Like, whenever he would talk to the little girl,
He threw up
There
on
were
a
moments-
lady.
Yeah, but she wasn't a little girl, Tim.
Oh, my bad.
look, we've all had one too many where we've thrown up on a lady. But, you can't hold that against them. But let's hear, Ben had some very passionate thoughts whenever we first in the chat mentioned we were going to review it. He instantly chimed up. We haven't spoken to him in months. And
Decades,
Ben's
even.
like, Ben's like, oh my gosh, I have thoughts about Violent Night.
He's like,
So-
oh, we're doing this film? I'm joining. No hesitation. I'll be there.
I am actually here
unmute.
because of that.
All right. Well, Ben, tell us what's going on in your mind and why you needed to speak up.
All right, so I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this probably, but I think this is the new Die Hard Christmas movie. All right,
I agree. It definitely had some Die Hard feel to it.
it's just I don't know. It was so good and violent. I have one complaint. I'm gonna save it for later because I want to hear what you guys have to say. But I thought that Hopper did a really good job. That's what I'm gonna call him. I don't know his name, but
David
Hopper did a
Harbour.
really good job being drunk Santa, being angry and violent, and I thought it wasn't overly gory. It
Are you
was pretty
kidding
gory, but it wasn't
Are you
over
kidding?
gore.
If I had a nickel for every time I said Jesus Christ watching this movie, like everything that happened, I was like, Jesus Christ. It was ridiculous. It's a very violent movie.
I don't know. I thought the plot was pretty good. Everything. I liked all the character development for the most part.
Can you
Except for
remind me
one character.
what the character development was? Because I kind of missed it throughout the entire movie, I guess.
He's finding
He's
Santa finds so Santa's in the bar
Santa.
and he's telling the other Santa that he this is probably his last Christmas. But he found this little girl who believed in him so much and really needed him. And that's Santa's whole thing. He wants to be there for the children. So he allowed him he got to really help this child and her family. So he almost found the true meaning of Christmas is brutally murdering a bunch of mercenaries. He just found he found his heart again.
And you also learn why the bad guy is bad.
Yeah.
This is Christmas sucked growing up.
I will say the entire movie is like Christmas magic. I don't really know how it works. Like, oh, something unexplainable happened? It's fine.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
It did have an interesting origin story for Santa. I thought that was
Viking
I
Santa.
thought that was the dumbest introduction.
He was like
for
a
Santa.
Viking warrior.
He's like whenever he does that flashback to ancient Celtic times, and he's holding a hammer over his head. I'm like, what the absolute fuck?
I thought it was weird when he like took off his shirt to like take care of his wounds and he had all those tattoos. I was like,
yeah, that was so stupid.
Ain't a gangster?
I was wondering, does he actually have that in real life? Are those his real tattoos, or did they go out of their way to put those tattoos on Santa?
They went out of their way to put those tattoos on Santa. Yeah.
Santa moonlights in prison.
I know.
Yeah. But a lot of the Santa lore in the movie was pretty interesting for me. I thought it was cool how he used like his kill list was also the naughty list. Like it just showed all the people who were naughty around him, so he was able to like he's like, all right.
He just holds it up to their face, so that group is like, oh, you have to all of them. All right.
It was like 6 more to go. And so I don't know, it handled like Santa lore oddly well.
I do think the magical items that he had were really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the bag. He's like trying to find a weapon in the bag. He's like, God, did anybody wish for a sword or a?
That was
or
my favorite scene in the entire movie. Was that fight scene? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God, and speaking of that fight scene, Jesus, like it goes back to whenever I just kept saying Jesus Christ all the time. Whenever he throws those darts at that guy and then punches the darts in deeper, I was like, oh my God. It was violent as hell, but it did a good job staying entertaining.
So I was wrapping presents the entire time that I was watching.
Yeah.
And I think the point that I got my first, like, Jesus Christ, I was wrapping presents, then I just hear a big crash, and I look up, and I see that guy get impaled on the big icicle, and I was like, Jesus, that is... It's like, oh, it's one of those films. And then Casey's mom came walking in at some point while this movie was going on, and she goes, Santa? I was like, oh, yeah, he's killing people.
Yeah. And it almost felt like a really cheesy 80s action movie, like Die Hard, pretty much. Like there was just certain moments in it where it's such a campy, ridiculous idea. And they even had Santa say some silly one-liners. He's like, Santa Claus is coming to town. And it was just, it just felt like just a really cheesy 80s movie. And I think that's what added to the charm of it. That is just like, you were there to just have a good time. Like it had some pretty funny moments. The sister of like the main son guy, I forget her name, but she's in Righteous Gemstones.
I love that show.
Yeah, Judy.
Yeah.
And she honestly, I've seen her in several other movies and TV shows. She genuinely plays the exact same person in each movie and show. And I mean it works for her because like she's really funny. And so I don't know. It was neat running into her. Also, Translucent from The Boys is the son. I because like the whole movie I'm watching it and I'm just like, this guy looks so familiar.
Mhm.
And I had to look it up, and I was, oh, it's
What else
translucent.
is he
Oh,
in? Because he did look super. Oh, he's the
Was the guy in Moon Knight, or is that a different
No.
guy?
That's a different
That's
guy.
Oscar
He's Zach Braff's brother in Scrubs, isn't he?
No.
Does he
no.
play an Atlantean in any of the
No,
Aquaman things?
Zach Braff's brother is played by the guy who plays Reverse Flash in the Flash TV show.
Oh.
See, he was in Cowboy Bebop, the live action show.
Ooh.
He was translucent in The Boys.
What was his name? Do you
uh,
remember in this TV show?
Alex. His real name is Alex Hassel.
Oh, okay.
In the movie, he's called Jason.
Gotcha.
Let's see. I don't really see anything else that he's that I would know him from, unless you've seen he was in Cold Mountain. But I mean, yeah. But I don't know. It was just neat seeing
He's
like
in
little
His
stuff.
Dark Materials, which is really good on HBO, by the way.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how, like, when Santa is first talking to the little girl, what's her name? Trudy.
Rudy
She's like about to curse, and he's like, no, we want to keep you on the naughty or on the nice list. And then, like, she kills a dude, and is still on the nice list.
Oh my god! And that whole Home Alone scene, I was just like, oh my god!
The nail
like,
straight through the chin.
Yeah, like
oh god.
Yeah, me and the girlfriend watched Home Alone last night. We watched Home Alone 1 and 2. And the whole time we're like, well, that would kill him. That would kill him. That would kill him. And this movie literally does that. It shows that like these people would fucking die. And they do. Like, yeah, the nail going in through the bottom of the jaw, the girl getting stuck on that thing and having to rip, and she's like lost some of her scalp.
Ugh.
It was rough. And I was like, oh my god.
So that was my least favorite part of the whole movie. So that's my big complaint.
Oh, okay.
Is
The Home Alone part.
It just seemed unreal. Like, obviously we're talking about a Santa Claus movie where he's pulling stuff out of a bag, but it just seemed impractical. Like, she had that much time to set up everything in like 2 minutes that she ran away.
No, she'd been gone for a really long time.
Obviously, you've never had your own Home Alone situation, Ben, and it shows.
Yeah. She had time.
And that house is so big, she could saw through those things, and ain't no one gonna know.
Yeah.
You know what? Ben, no wonder you've never shown up. We would just pick on you the entire time. Your ideas suck.
You know what, Tim?
What?
He has no idea. You know what? You're right. He doesn't know what would happen if someone invaded his home. So let's go to Ben's house and do a home invasion.
Oh, I'll be ready.
We'll give you enough prep time, but you can't use any
You can't use guns. You can't use any of your guns.
Guns. Just what you have in the house. You have to defend
Except for
yourself.
guns.
We'll tell you.
I have 20 bowling balls in my attic.
We'll tell you when we're down the street, and that's how much prep time you have.
Yeah, that was the most unrealistic part. Was how many freaking bowling balls does that one house need?
They have their own bowling alley.
I know, up in the attic.
They're rich. Like, that's one thing that even watching Home Alone last night, I was just looking around their house, and like whenever Kevin goes downstairs into the basement, I'm just like, damn, they got a pinball machine. They got all kinds of shit in here. I think it's just rich people have more stuff. So even if it's like 28 bowling balls, they like, what do you need them for? Just in case you need them.
I know, just in case someone breaks into my house to try and get my fortune.
What was the most satisfying part of the movie for you guys?
It also ties into my favorite death in the movie. I had to stop the movie because it was so ridiculous. Whenever John Leguizamo dies, and like he's like, "This is the last Christmas," and Santa's like, "Not if you believe," and like rubs his nose and goes up a chimney, and he just he folds into it, and then just an explosion of blood at the top of the chimney. I was like, "Oh my god!" It's a crazy concept of a movie, but like I said earlier, it kept me engaged. Like the first 20 minutes of the movie, I was like, "All right, this is pretty entertaining. Like I'm actually interested to see where this goes." Just watching a Santa who's lost the spirit of Christmas. He goes to houses. It's full of Amazon packages. He gets pissed. I get that. And like,
Not even wrapped Amazon packages, just
still in
Amazon.
box. And it was just very entertaining. It's not. It's definitely not going to be added to my holiday favorite watch list. This may be the only year I ever watch it, but it was fun. It was an enjoyable experience. I had very little bad to say about the movie, just because the movie in itself didn't take itself seriously. So I think that's why I enjoyed it. It had fun with it, and everybody in it had fun, I'm sure.
I think I'm the opposite. I feel like they took the movie, like everyone in it took it too serious. Like they were like, you know what would make Santa super cool? Is if he was just a murderous freak. So let's make him murder everyone in such a weird way. Like, let's have him throw a star, like a Christmas topper star in someone's eye, and then electrocute them with it.
Yeah, and then plug it in.
Yeah,
the head fire.
I don't think that they were having fun with it. I think they were like, that would be a cool death. Let's show people.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that would electrocute somebody anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, regardless, we're talking about Santa Claus. But I want to go back to something that I said earlier about the character development. I still don't think there was any character development throughout the entire thing. The son had no character development. His daughter had no character development. The wife had no character. Like the mother, like the entire like human family that was taken prisoner, they were 2D the entire time. And I love Judy in Righteous Gemstones, but it just took me out of it in this because I was like, all right, yeah, the same character.
It was just watching Judy.
Yeah, I was watching the same character. Yeah. The mother, yeah. The mother, I really liked the mother, actually. I liked the mother, and I liked her entrance scene whenever she's walking in, and then she leaves to, like, say, no, you tell that cocksucker, or whatever she was saying.
Yeah.
And I really liked David Harbour. I think he was really
Do you
good.
know who she was?
No, who was she?
Beverly D'Angelo. She was the mom in the Vacation movies back in the day.
Oh, dang. Those are old movies.
Yeah. So it was neat. It was neat seeing her in it. I kind of agree with you. The development, I wouldn't say was 2D though. It probably just didn't it wasn't big enough for you to notice. But obviously, you could tell the son
You're
is the
obviously
better
not smart enough, Tim.
No, I said it was
so dumb.
enough.
So
I said it was
stupid.
small enough. But the son, he obviously was the better of the family. And
No, he wasn't.
He
was.
was going to steal all this money. Why didn't he just confront his mother?
And before he decided to steal that money, he was just as bad as everyone else.
Yeah.
I would say he was
The only reason he came across good is because he had the plan to steal the money.
And he was like, we don't have to try and win her affection this year
Yeah.
because I'm stealing it.
Yeah. And he
I will say-
wasn't even interested in the affection. He was interested in the money.
It felt like the whole movie was really predictable, though. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as they were like, oh, the money's gone, it's like, oh, well, I know who took it.
Yeah. Because
No,
yeah, in addition to that, whenever he was having issues with his going up the chimney powers, I was like, that's how he's going to kill the bad guy. The last guy. He's going to get his powers back, and he's either, like, I didn't realize that he was going to take the guy with him, but I was like, it's going to be a big moment in the final fight scene, and it's going to help him win.
I didn't think that. I kind of forgot all about that. I didn't know how he was going to. But once I did see the chimney in the end, I thought he was going to use get away, and then come maybe jump down.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Was he was gonna? Yeah. I didn't realize he was.
But
Gonna take the person.
I did not see the whole folding into a fireplace.
I did think that the son was going to become the new Santa Claus, though, and he didn't.
An homage to another movie, another Christmas movie, which would have been nice. I thought with the chimney thing, I thought when he went up the chimney, he was going to do it right when the bad guy attacked, and he was going to cause the chimney to fall on him.
Oh yeah.
Probably would have been more realistic than
what we got,
squeezing him up a chimney.
Yeah.
Well, we are talking about Santa Claus, so
yeah.
So,
okay, Tim.
I thought the most satisfying death was when the son-in-law like escaped and then just got lit up
Yeah.
at the end of the drama.
That was mine.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and that kind of surprised me too. I wasn't expecting them to turn. I was like, oh, okay, well, shit. And then Santa looks at his list, and his list gets bigger, and it's like, oh man, how's it gonna do that? But then, of course, that barn scene. That's what made me think whenever Ben said it's not really gory. That whole barn scene alone was just the most chaotic gore fest I've seen.
Have you
in a
guys
long
ever
time.
used a snowblower? There is no way on earth that the snowblower would drag two people into it and then completely mulch them up. That is insane.
Well, it is a movie about Santa, and
Oh, you're right.
that's arguably what we can keep saying
Yeah.
is, well, it's a movie about Santa.
That's
Might
true.
as well.
That's true.
It's a rich people's house, Tim. They buy the fancy ones
Oh,
with
you're
the really
right.
strong.
They have
suction.
they have the metal blades on their snowblower.
That's how they got through like anything that you're like. But really, it's like, oh, they're rich people who can afford anything, and it's Santa magic.
Yeah.
So
It
unless
says
you're
it on
rich, you can't
It
complain.
says it on the box of the snowblower could fit two people. So yeah. So I said my favorite death. Ben just said his. What are y'all's favorite deaths in the movie?
I would.
Mine was also the actor.
Yeah, same here. The actor.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just because
Um,
like that was unexpected. I expected him to run out. And actually, I take that back. I expected it because I heard someone say like, "Oh, they shoot first and ask questions later."
Oh.
I think that's what the mom said, and so I was like, "Oh, they're gonna get information and just light this guy up." But it was so satisfying because that guy was such a douche.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the little kid would have died.
The boy.
Oh, I wish,
yeah,
honestly.
I hated him.
Yeah, I wish
Oh.
Judy had died.
I thought
Judy,
you meant the little girl. I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
God!"
no.
Yeah, I did think honestly, like the mom was gonna die, like the Beverly D'Angelo character. I thought she was gonna die.
What was the son's
Or-
name again? The bad son?
The-
Or,
was
because it was
Bertrude?
Bertrude. Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my God, though, I love the line where she's like, "You named him Bertrude. Well, not everyone's gonna have daughters. Whatever your face is."
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Not everyone's lucky
Yeah.
enough to have a daughter.
Right. Well, since it is the holidays, I want to also tag this on into the show. Have y'all gotten y'all's Christmas presents yet?
I mean, we don't open them until Christmas.
Yeah, I'll get him tomorrow morning.
You haven't opened anything
No.
at all?
No, we had a family Christmas at my wife's aunt's house yesterday, which we had some stuff, but that was it.
Okay. Well,
Why?
my family, we're terrible at Christmas. We started giving each other gifts back in like November, and so we have nothing under the tree. But yeah, well, since I'm the weird one, I won't subject y'all to this then. Forget it.
No, go
Uh,
ahead.
No, I wanna know.
Yeah.
We want to know.
Show
I
us.
just wanted to tell y'all what I got for Christmas.
Yeah, tell us what you got for Christmas, beautiful.
We'll
I
tell you
got-
next episode.
I got some Funko Pops. I got.
Can you say it in a
Super
normal
Bowl-
voice?
Oh, I got,
This is how excited he is. Listen
I
to
got
him.
Funko Pops.
Ooh,
Which
I
ones?
got a really cool Magneto helmet.
nice.
I got some rings, some clothing, and I think I'm getting some money. So, yeah, it's been a pretty good
Nice.
Christmas this year, and I was just wanting to see how y'all's Christmas was. But
Oh man,
I'll-
can I
I'll-
tell you? This isn't about what I got for Christmas. So you guys have seen at Walmart, they have like 4-year small little bumper cars, indoor bumper cars that kids can buy.
yeah,
Oh.
I've seen those.
I've talked about Casey with getting one for Ron a while back, and then we were like, nah, we're not going to do that. He's going to lose his mind. And so yesterday we had a family Christmas at Casey's, and the last thing that Rowan got was one of these Paw Patrol bumper cars.
Mm.
And it's funny because he's just a little too big to put his feet where they're supposed to, so they hang out the front.
Mm.
But he drives it around, and he looks like Professor X or Stephen Hawking as he drives. Because he doesn't quite get it, and there's two handles, and so he'll just go bump, 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 and just keep pulling him back. So he'll just like stutter like this the whole time.
Well, that's kind of a thing that I have. Do y'all ever see those little remote control, like not remote control, those little rideable vehicles, like what Devin just said, at like Walmart, and you kind of get mad that you can't fit in it?
Yes.
You have a whole car.
I get
But yeah.
I
so
get
mad.
really, I get irrationally mad. Like there was one year
Greg
I was
starts
walking
setting
around,
things on fire.
yeah, like I was walking around Walmart and I saw one. They had like a Batmobile. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then I started getting mad because I was like, I can't fit in it. I can't drive in it. And
My kid has
I don't think it's fair. That
he has
kids
one of the Jurassic Park Jeeps as those little cars.
That's awesome. Fuck your kid. Ugh. It's so not fair. I want that experience. Why do the kids get it?
Well, you know what? If you
What?
can't have it, have a kid and let your kid have that experience.
No. I'm gonna put,
Okay.
if I, God forbid I ever had a kid, I would push him out of the way, get in the little thing and ride away and be like, ha ha, it's mine.
I'd run him over with it.
Yeah.
Can I show you guys the scariest cart I've ever seen in my life?
Did you just
Sure.
share it in the Facebook thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gross.
Oh, what is it? Hang on.
Look at it.
Scariest car.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Did you take that picture yourself?
I did.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, we gotta share it on the
My
page.
daughter was screaming to try and use it.
Is that at the mall?
Is that what
Yeah,
you got your
that's
child
the
for
one.
Christmas?
So
Yeah, that's what we got her for Christmas.
for those just listening, Ben sent a picture of the most horrifying bootleg
Pikachu?
Pikachu cart thing. It has a human face, and it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
How does he have chapped lips?
That's a
Oh,
good
God.
question. Why does he have a
You know, I
pencil
feel like what would
mustache?
make it better is a nose.
I don't think anything.
But-
What could make it
Not a
better is
dang
burning it.
thing.
True.
Burn it.
Yeah, burning it is the only thing that can make that thing better.
It looks like the handles are lightsabers.
Ugh. All right. Well, since it's Christmas, I don't want to keep y'all the whole hour. So let's go on ahead and drift into final thoughts on the show and the movie, and go from there. So Ben, you haven't been here in a while. Let's give you a refresher on final thoughts. Tell us your final thoughts on the movie. Anything that you forgot to add, and then rank and give it a cape rating from 1 to 10. 1 being it's garbage, 10 being
5 is okay.
yeah, 10 being the greatest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Okay. So the one thing that I wanted to bring up during the show was my second complaint. They, the reindeer, they left before he would have even needed to summon a weapon or a replacement bag, and somehow they knew he needed that stuff and they left.
Hey, that's
Wanna
Christmas
know?
magic.
Yeah.
But all right,
Smash.
Christmas magic.
Also, they did get shot at, so
Yeah.
that might be why they came back with a weapon.
Okay.
Well, they
Yeah,
didn't come back.
Christmas
Oh, they
magic.
did come back with his weapon, didn't they?
Yeah. Santa's in a hot spot. We gotta go.
Well, they went back to the North Pole, right? So maybe Mrs.
Yeah.
Claus was keeping tabs on Santa. You know, like
Yeah.
on the
Like the
Find
way
My
women
Phone
do.
or whatever. Yeah.
I do wish we would have seen her.
Yeah.
Find my magic bag.
Yeah, I wish we got like an end credit scene where we got to see Mrs. Claus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was
And
just like,
then Santa busts down the door all bloody. Christmas is coming early tonight.
Get over here, mama. Yeah, because the description, the video description on Amazon Prime said sexual interactions or sexual moments,
I didn't see
and
it.
we were robbed.
I know.
There was not a single sexual moment in that film, and I wanted it. But
well, there was a lot of intercourse with inanimate objects into like
Where?
skulls.
yeah.
in the skull, stuff like that. Maybe not traditional intercourse.
yeah,
It's
Not the
gonna be a
penetration you
white
were
Christmas today. And then he
Yeah.
just blue jizz all over one of the bad guys.
That's the opening scene. I give it a 7.5 though. I thought it was really good. For Christmas movies, it'd score a little bit higher, probably like an 8 to an 8.5.
okay, all right, that's pretty good. Devin, what about you? Final thoughts and capes.
I'll give it to Capes first. I'll give it like a 6. It wasn't. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just. I mean, I'm not gonna watch it again. You know what I mean? And it was a lot like it was easily called. Words are hard. I'm so sorry. I could tell. I knew what was going to happen. It was easily predictable. The little girl was annoying. The little boy was a douche. Yeah, I'll give it a 6.
Okay. All right. Tim, final thoughts and capes.
I don't think it was a good movie, like in the slightest. I think there was no character growth. The family was so annoying, and literally every scene with the family, I wanted to just like take my mouse to the little bar of where it's at in the movie, and then just like fast forward to the next David Harbour scene. I would honestly give it like 3 capes, maybe
Yeah.
2 if one of you guys says something right now. Yeah, I'll do it. Don't make me.
I bet you won't.
Oh, 2 capes. Try it again, Devin.
Well,
I bet you won't.
1 cape. It's as
I
low
bet
as,
you won't.
It's as low as Hubie Halloween now.
Yeah. Well, I had fun with it. I agree, it's nothing to write home about. But I still had a good time watching it. I thought David Harbour did a good job. He had several sweet moments in the film that made me just like, oh, there's Santa. And obviously the violence was definitely over the top and crazy. So if you're looking for just a ridiculous violent movie around Christmas time and you don't want to watch Die Hard, watch Violent Night. It's interesting.
It's no Spirited.
It's
Yeah.
no Spirited.
No.
It's definitely not Spirited. But it's I'll give it a 7 out of 10 capes. Didn't hate it. It's not going to be added to my holiday watch list, but
Maybe
It's
turn it
just
on in the
there.
background while you're having a Christmas shaboink.
I don't even think I will do that.
Yeah, never.
Hey, why doesn't Santa ever go next door? Like he always flies away into the distance.
Yeah,
That's a-
there's like a
that's a-
house right next to where he's at. Yeah, good
I
call.
think-
No,
The
they
only
live on
time
a-
I've,
they live on a compound. It's a private road. Like,
But
they
I
say
think-
that at the beginning.
but I
Just in
think he also
general.
means in any Christmas movie. The only time I've ever seen that happen was in the Santa Claus, the first one, where he's like, "All right, let's go home," and then he flies up and goes to the next house and immediately lands. That's the only time I've ever seen Santa
Well,
go to the next house.
Also, I just remembered there's a line in the movie where Santa says that he only goes to the kids who need him. And so they probably don't live right next door to each other in this movie specifically.
Yeah.
Christmas
All right.
magic, then.
This
Yeah.
movie answered the question.
All right.
Everybody's
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and end it there.
All right, thank you
Yes,
guys
Daddy.
for joining us today with the Cape Complainers. Make sure to like and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel and our Twitch stream at The Cape Complainers, where we stream on Sundays. And make sure to check out Ben's YouTube channels,
Natural
Nature
meat-
Walk for
Nat-
Hussies and-
naturally neat nature.
Naturally. And hey, while you're sitting there this Christmas and you get bored, get on Spotify. Get on any kind of place where you can listen to podcasts and give us a look. Follow us, give us 10 stars. And don't forget that nobody complains like a fan.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Christmas.